Welcome back to Aging is for Everyone. I'm Marian Deutschman, and today we're talking about lifelong learning. Now, lifelong learning does not only happen in colleges and universities. We have as our guest today Patricia Dowling, who's director of the Erie County Retired and Service Volunteer Program, RSVP. And you make learning more of a focus on personal fulfillment, don't you?
Right. We started a lifelong learning class or program about 7 years ago, and it was to make learning a little bit more accessible for older adults. So older adults might not always be comfortable in a classroom setting which is geared towards career preparation or higher education, but they're very curious, they're very aware, they have topics they want to learn more about. So we've developed semesters of 1-hour classes that focus on anything from history to science, environment, religion, literature, art, and we have found our program grew from 2 classes and 2 sites.
How many years have you been doing this?
We've been doing it for 7 years now.
So from 2 classes in 7 years to how many now?
To per semester we have over 35 topics, and repeated we have over 100 different classes that people can choose from.
No question that people have found this rewarding.
People have said over and over that they have been looking for this type of opportunity, and they're so glad to have found it. They only get mad that they didn't find it earlier. So it's like, oh, you've been doing it for 7 years. The classes are free. We find that's very important as a way to make everything barrier-free to people. They can just come. We do ask that people call the site to let us know that they're coming, only so that we have enough chairs and enough handouts, things like that.
Well, you mentioned the sites. Now, I'm somewhat familiar with this because I have taught some of the classes. And so I'm familiar with the fact that many of them are held in senior centers.
Yes, senior centers and a couple of senior apartments, senior residences. The senior centers are very happy to have this type of program because as the generations have changed, the boomers particularly coming up are looking for different kinds of experiences in retirement. So we call it beyond bingo. So the senior center now won't only be a lunch and bingo and cards. We want to make it for wellness and lifelong learning and all kinds of things that people are very interested in.
Now, if a person is 45 years old, can they still come?
I would say we don't card at the door.
Okay.
We've actually had a grandparent bring a homeschooled child to one of our Civil War classes.
So give us examples of some of those. I'm familiar with the ones that I've taught that have been on body language, communication issues, generational differences. What are some of the other examples that, in fact, you have hot off the press?
Yes, our fall semester.
University Express, your program schedule is there, and so would you show that, and then the fact that this is available to people?
It's online. It's actually on our website. It's on the Blue Cross Blue Shield website. If you go on erie.gov/RSVP, you'll find it there. If you'd like a hard copy, you can either pick it up at one of our sites or at the libraries, or you can call our office and we'll be glad to put you on our mailing list. We find the topics that are most popular right now, local history is always a big draw. People love to learn more about the Buffalo-Niagara region.
Oh, okay.
So, for example, we have one of the docents from the History Museum is going to be doing one on the history of Buffalo street names. So who are, was Clinton and whatever.
That's interesting.
Yep. We've had ones on the Roycroft, certainly ones on Frank Lloyd Wright, the Guarantee Building, all the great architecture in Buffalo, the War of 1812. So that's always a big topic. But people also love to understand more about what's going on behind the news headlines. So we have things on current affairs. So, for example, we have one of the professors in Asian Studies from UB will be doing one on Iraq. And what is the future of Iraq? Will it end up in fragments, or will it end up unified? When we did a similar thing on Egypt, it was the time of the Arab Spring, so the professor actually had to almost change the class week by week as he repeated it, because
so it's current. It's very current and up to date.
Right.
By knowledgeable people. You don't have to do it for credit. There's no cost.
There's no homework. There's no test.
There's no homework. No exams or anything. How do you get the people who do these presentations?
Actually, I have found that people are very generous with their time. When we have a topic that we really want to present, I usually Google to find out who's around in Buffalo, and then I invite them, I tell them about our program, and 95% of the time, unless they're going to be out of the country or something, people are so willing to share their time and expertise. And I think they really enjoy our audiences because they're so eager to learn. They're so well informed. The discussion sometimes is as great as the lecture itself. The instructors often say they learn a lot from our students. In fact, we had a professor doing something on Hemingway, and one of the participants said he had actually met Hemingway when he was in France during the war.
Yes.
So that was exciting.
So that's exciting for the presenter as well as the audience.
Yeah.
And now, in the little time we have left, tell us something about RSVP, the Retired and Senior Volunteer Program.
RSVP is a national service program. We've been around since 1971, and it is for people 55 and over. We actually started the University Express program here as another one of our volunteer opportunities, and as a way to attract people 55 and over who are active and interested in the community. We have 95 different sites where people can volunteer. We have no time commitment. It depends on the site, and people learn a lot from volunteering. So whether you volunteer in an environmental site and learn more about invasive species or habitat, or in one of our architectural sites and learn more about history, or in a site that is geared to poverty and better understand the issues behind poverty, volunteering is an ongoing way of lifelong learning.
Go to the website.
Go to the website, and all of our volunteer opportunities are listed. Give us a call. We'll meet. We have regular volunteer orientations where we go all over our sites, and we match. We match skills to opportunities.
Thank you. Thank you to Pat Dowling for educating us and the older adults on the benefits of University Express and RSVP. We'll be right back with the next segment of Aging is for Everyone. Good.